Hi, I'm Sophie Giuliano, and I'm here today with my friend Finola Hughes.
Hello.
And I'm going to show you and Finola how to make some wonderful organic skincare recipes. And today we are making, which is just the one that you smelled earlier,
yes.
which is the Geranium Almond face cream.
Oh, gosh.
And it is full of the most wonderful ingredients.
Yes.
It's perfect for dry and mature, not that that applies to either of us, mature skin. And it is made out of ingredients that are readily available and accessible. And honestly, you can make this cream, this face cream, for a fraction of anything that you would buy in a really high-end store.
And you know, all these face products that even when they say they're non-toxic and everything, you can never really be certain because there's always some ingredient on there that you can't spell or you don't know what it means.
Absolutely. And the thing to realize also is, you know, I've shown Finola how to make a lot of face oils. Now, if you have a face oil, it's stable. So it'll keep for up to a year in a cupboard without being refrigerated. However, if you're making a face cream, the moment you add water to an oil, which is what a cream or a lotion is, it becomes unstable. And therefore it...
Like me.
Like Finola, very unstable. And therefore very susceptible to bacteria.
Okay.
And
now, so what do? Do you keep that in the fridge?
We keep it in the fridge, but the good news is we're not using any preservatives, and the preservatives are the things that are often very problematic and are hormone disruptors, etc. Wow. So here we go. Let's get going. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Lots of wonderful ingredients here.
Okay.
So the first thing that we do when we're making a skin cream is that you want what's called a bain-marie. Do you know what a bain-marie is? I'm going to turn this down. A bain-marie. Now, a bain-marie is basically a pot. I put a bowl over
I melt
hot water.
Yes.
So this saucepan has got a little bit of water in it.
Okay.
Use any old saucepan, and it's got a steel bowl in it. You can use a glass or a steel bowl, and just put it over the water, and it's a way that you melt chocolate or whatever. So what you're going to do is you're first going to melt the waxes. Now, the waxes that we're using are beautiful, natural, from nature waxes, and you just have to smell them. Well, they would be, wouldn't they?
Mostly. Oh, what is that?
That is that is cocoa butter.
Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy.
So we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of cocoa butter, and you just put that straight into the bain-marie.
The bain-marie.
Now, the next thing is beeswax.
All right.
So beeswax, and
none of your beeswax.
All of these ingredients you can buy from Mountain Rose Herbs.
How much are you putting in?
You're going to put 2 teaspoons. And just to show you, this either comes in solid form like this, and you can grate it, or more often it comes in little pellets. Okay. So 2 teaspoons. Now, the next thing that we're going to add is oils. All right. So we've got our waxes, and we're going to add our oils, and we also heat the oils. So Finola, could you please put in for me 2 tablespoons of apricot or apricot kernel oil.
1, 2, yeah.
Nourishing and moisturizing 2, yes.
Okay. That is so lovely, the way it's all sort of
melting together.
Yummy, yummy.
And then finally, the last thing that goes into this little bain-marie is jojoba oil. That's absolutely good. Don't worry about it. So there we are. So you've got your butters, you put your cocoa butter, your beeswax, jojoba oil, and your apricot kernel oil in there.
Lovely.
Now, as you can see, Finola, what is important is that the beeswax, which is the hardest wax, has to melt completely. Okay. So once it's melted, just keep an eye on it. You actually want to take it off the heat. But meanwhile, while that is melting, I want to tell you about the next thing we're going to do, which is an infusion. Okay. So in many of my skincare recipes, I use an infusion, either with lavender or with rose petals. So 2 tablespoons of rose petals. You put in over it half a cup of boiling water, and you steep it for half an hour. Great. So that just goes to one side. What we're going to do is a pair of tongs, because you don't want to burn yourself, you're going to remove that bowl. Now, second bowl goes in. Into the second bowl goes 2 tablespoons, and you can use this here, because it's nice to have a few little rose petals in it.
Is it all right?
Oh yes, it's fine. Okay. 2 tablespoons of our rose infusion.
Okay, 2 tablespoons.
Yes. And we're going to have 2 teaspoons of emulsifying wax. And emulsifying wax is, as it sounds, it emulsifies, it brings all these ingredients together and binds them together.
Is this,
So 2 teaspoons of this.
Alrighty.
Then we're just going to...
It's a bit of a mess.
It is a little bit of a mess, but all good cooks make a terrible mess. And then this the emulsifying wax melts pretty quickly.
So that emulsifying wax is the sort of the binder, the thing that kind of
brings it all together. Okay. So what I want you to do, Finola, is to test just with the tip of your finger the temperature of both these things and see both these.
See if they're the same?
Yeah, and if one is slightly hotter than the other, then we need to. Do you think is that slightly hotter?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so let's just pop this back on for a second, let it heat up a little bit. Now, the importance with this is the whole key, is when you mix together your butters and your oils with your emulsifying wax and your infusion, they must be the same temperature, because otherwise they separate and curdle, much like when you're making a mayonnaise. So the temperature is super, super important, and I've made this mistake so many times.
Oh, that is so great.
Okay, so you're going to whisk, but whisk really vigorously, and I mean really vigorous. All right, now let me just have another last go at whisking.
You finish it off, okay.
Yes. There you are.
Okay.
So that is the absolute basis of one of the most beautiful, effective skin creams on the market that you could ever buy. So 1 teaspoon of rose hip oil, also known as...
It is very hot in the kitchen. Okay, 1 teaspoon.
Yes.
This is going to be... Smells amazing. Okay.
Next one, vitamin E
I'm not
oil.
going to smell that one then. A teaspoon?
Yes, 1 teaspoon. In it goes.
Okay.
Great. And then, this is your favorite.
My favorite.
This is actually my favorite. It's geranium. And geranium is an absolutely wonderful oil. It's uplifting, it's wonderful for depression.
For women, it's really especially good.
PMS, menopause, the lot.
How many?
20. So when you have made your lotion or your cream, you want to store it in dark glass containers. It needs to be blue or amber glass because it's very light sensitive. And this cream, I actually recommend that you do store in the refrigerator.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing?
Yes. You can really smell the almond too.
And you can see just that the apricot. You can see here now it's thickening.
Oh, apricot is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it actually smells very almondy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it's now just beginning to solidify. So before it gets any more solid, what you want to do is just gently pour it into, let's just do a little...
Oh yes, dabby dabs. Oh, and it's sort of warm. Oh, it's lovely.
This really is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful face oil. So, geranium and apricot face cream. And as you can see, it wasn't too complicated to make. Once you have these ingredients, as you can see, we've got lots more left, so you can make this recipe multiple times. So remember, you can make something for a fraction of the price of anything that you would normally find in a really high-end store, and use all these ingredients. And even in high-end recipes or high-end products, they're never going to use this kind of quality of products.
Yes.
So there you go, full of antioxidants, full of the most beautiful products on earth.
And you can be responsible for your own good looks. You know? How nice is that?
Well, your good looks, yes.
Yeah, well, one's own good looks.
One's own good looks. So remember, do it gorgeously.